Welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Monday, December 19th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. And here are some of the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The Choctaw Nation has donated $1 million to the Stevenson Cancer Center in Oklahoma City. The gift announced last week will be devoted to services that support patients and their families. University of Oklahoma President David Alboran says the gift will enable more Oklahomans to receive cancer treatment closer to home. Choctaw Chief Greg Pyle says new cancer cases are increasing among the Native American population and that the tribe wants to be part of improving treatment services. The center will name its fifth floor for the Choctaw Nation in recognition of the gift. An Oklahoma prosecutor's nomination to a federal court judge has been blocked. The Oklahoman reports the U.S. Senate set Assistant Attorney Arvo Mekkonen's nomination back to the White House this last Saturday. Mekkonen never received a hearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee. President Barack Obama nominated him in February to the open district court judgeship in Oklahoma's Northern District in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but Republican Senators Tom Coburn and James Inhofe opposed the nomination, say they weren't consulted before he was chosen. Had Mekkonen's nomination been approved, he would have been one of only 3 American Indians ever to have served as a federal district judge. Spokesman for Coburn and Inhofe didn't return telephone messages seeking a comment. A 3-judge panel of tribal law experts called in by 2 competing factions of Montana's Little Shell tribe of Chippewa Indians to resolve a leadership crisis has made a series of definitive rulings that return the tribe to a single governing entity. In the decision, the judges ruled that John Gilbert of Great Falls is the rightful president of the tribe. The opposing factions to the decision were named the Little Shell Alliance and the Sinclair Executive Board and Council in the judicial documents. The Little Shell Alliance formed as a dissenting group after rejecting Sinclair's re-election to the Little Shell's 7-member council. The Little Shell Alliance then held its own elections, resulting in 2 governing entities for the tribe. The judges in the 18-page decision ruled on 4 points. On the 3rd and 4th points, the judges ruled valid a 2009 referendum election and subsequent March 2010 election held by the Little Shell Alliance, naming Gilbert as the leader. The judges wrote that the elections were conducted in accordance with the tribe's constitution, authorizing the people to exercise the power to resolve a crisis in political leadership in the manner they did after conferring with their tribal elders. The Gila River Indian community plans to spend $160 million to replace one of its casinos and build new hotels at the rebuilt site and at one time of another casino. The tribe's V Quave Casino southwest of Phoenix will be completely rebuilt at the cost of $135 million. The tribe plans a 170,000 square foot casino building and a 90-room hotel. The Lone Butte Casino in Chandler will add a new 130-room hotel at a cost of $25 million. The tribe's announcement The tribe's announcement follows word of an earlier plan for a developer to build a 36,000 square foot outlet mall on tribal land near Interstate 10 in the Loop 202. The project will create an estimated 1,400 temporary construction jobs and 800 full-time workers once they are all completed. Contrary to the initial police report, a man killed by officers at Suquamish, Washington, did not fire a gun. The Catsup County Sheriff's Office said last week a follow-up investigation of the December 8th shooting of Thomas Anthony Black determined he did not have a gun, although a black toy handgun was found close to him. Sheriff spokesman Scott Wilson told the Catsup Sun the report that the 44-year-old Suquamish man had fired at police was the best information investigators had at the time from a very chaotic scene. Deputies and Suquamish and Escalon tribal police officers went to the house expecting trouble, arresting another man wanted for violating parole. He has been convicted of indecent liberties and assault and is known as a violent offender with a history of resisting arrest. A badger that was badgering the staff at the Mitchell Prehistoric Indian Village near Mitchell, South Dakota, has been trapped and euthanized. Site director Cindy Gregg tells the Daily Republic newspaper that the badger had been digging holes to try to get at gophers that live at the village. Game, Fish, and Parks Conservation Officer Andy Peterson says it was also digging up artifacts. The badger was found in a trap last week and put down. They better not come to Wisconsin. The Southern Ute Indian tribe has a new leader. Jimmy Newton Jr. was inaugurated as the tribe's chairman on December 15th, and Ignacio, along with 2 other new tribal council members. The Durango Herald reported that they all promised to work for change and unity. The change started during the event when Newton held a sacred pipe passing ceremony, a practice that was once a routine there. Newton said the tribe needs healing and that the biggest thing now is to remember who we are. Earlier this year, Matthew Box resigned as chairman just before he was set to meet with the tribal council about their calls for him to step down. He denied claims that he had refused to share certain information with members of the council. And that's going to be another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for showing up here and come back again soon. Miigwech.